So, what is so great about Shakespeare anyway? Have you ever wondered why every English teacher in every English course seems to teach so much Shakespeare? Well, today we're going to talk just a little bit about some of the things that have made Shakespeare's plays last for so many hundreds of years and in so many different formats. There are really so many things that make Shakespeare really wonderful to read and to study and to watch and to enjoy. But we're going to focus on four basic things that really show up in all of the Shakespearean plays, and that's the language, the themes, the characters, and the stagecraft. We've already talked a little bit about some of the poetic language that Shakespeare used when we talked about going to see As You Like It. So you understand some of the concepts of iambic pentameter and some of the imagery that can be used. And then the way that Shakespeare would shape the language to mirror the character and the situation was really phenomenal. While iambic pentameter is the most common form of language that you'll see in his plays, he also used a variety of other forms, even within a single play. Shakespeare alone is credited with adding anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 words to our English language. Those are new words that he just invented and used and that become part of what we use today. And then also the famous quotations. As many of you can recite some of these, they show insight, incredible discovery, and just meaning that have stuck with people for hundreds of years. Probably my personal favorite part of Shakespeare are his villains. See, Shakespeare had this knack for creating these fully rounded characters. Even his heroes are not always heroic, and his villains, very few are all evil. They always have some interesting motivations and some really understandable things. Even the royalty and historical figures became very accessible to people as Shakespeare wrote about their real struggles and things through the plays. Although Shakespeare's plays are incredibly well crafted, part of the problem of just reading them in a classroom is that you miss out on this glorious stagecraft. Shakespeare understood how to please an audience, and he understood that the people who were going to see his plays were everything from the most poor of the homeless folks in London to actually the Queen herself and eventually the King himself as well. So he knew how to put something in there for everyone, how to balance that suspense and that tension and keep you wanting to see the end, and how to blend the concept of pageantry and spectacle, really cool things to look at on the stage, with really good introspection, really great character interactions, and this poetry that we've talked about before. So a lot of people, not just students, hear the word Shakespeare and immediately think, ugh, that's going to be boring, it's going to be hard to understand, it's all that awful language. But I want you to let go of most of what you already think you know about Shakespeare. And I want you to really focus on relating to the stories and the characters. And while the language is difficult, don't let it be a barrier to understanding what's happening and starting to appreciate the way that Shakespeare has crafted the play. And really work on learning this language format so you can appreciate it and get all this great stuff out of it as well.